Hey, Genderqueer Chat, it's Joe, and it's been, I don't even know, like a year or some godforsaken time that this channel's been dormant, but I just wanted to check in because there's been some major changes in my life, and I'm really excited about it. And I actually couldn't log on to this channel for the longest time, but I've just found the username and password and tested it, and it works. So I just wanted to make a big announcement that in January, I decided to pursue getting a breast reduction, which is something I'd really wanted to do for a long time, as you might well remember. If you're newish to this channel, you can check some of my old videos. I was an H cup. It's like a 40H. I had Hypermastia, I think is the technical term for it. Like my boobs were the size of my head. And needless to say, this caused me a lot of anxiety in my life and grief due to my genderqueerdom, because it really disconnected me from my head, from everything from the neck down. So in January, I asked to be referred to a surgeon. I got the referral for July, which in Ontario is not unusual, 6-month wait to see a surgeon. I saw the guy. He was the most fat-phobic, transphobic, homophobic asshole I'd ever met in my life. And he actually made me cry. He was like, fat. No, you're not a good candidate because you're fat. And long story short, he put it through to OHIP, which is Ontario Health Insurance Plan, and he told me it wasn't going to be approved. It was highly unlikely it would be approved, and he said it would take 4 weeks to find out if it was approved. It got approved right away, and they had a cancellation, and I had my surgery on August 12th, and it's like today is September 1st, so I had my surgery 3 weeks ago from this asshole. Now, I don't recommend that, but in Ontario, my alternative was to wait like another 6, 8, 10 months to meet with another surgeon who was potentially just as bad, so I decided to just cut my losses and go with this guy. You guys might remember there was a previous contributor on this channel named Gabe, who used to go by the name Ami. I love Gabe. Gabe is a dear friend of mine online. Hey Gabe, if you're watching, I'll link you to this so you can see it. Gabe had top surgery, and Gabe, like me, is overweight, and I really liked the way Gabe's after pictures looked. He was one of the only people that I'd seen online who was brave enough to take after pictures. It's hard when you're obese because, you know, you risk a lot of, fat shaming and stuff like that. Gabe did it anyway, and I liked how he looked. I was a little afraid that I was going to have, like, no boobs and a big belly, but Gabe's pictures reminded me that that's okay. That looks okay. There's nothing wrong with that, and it actually kind of looks just like a lot of the guys you'd see on the street. It was no big deal. Now, in light of the fact that I'm not trans, and my doctor was transphobic, because I did bring up the genderqueer thing with him, and he was a complete idiot about it. He's like, I don't do that. And I said, well, can you cut me down to something as small as you can possibly get me? Because, well, I'll think about it, whatever, you're too fat. So I went in there basically crossing my fingers and hoping he would give me what I wanted. Now, when I got out of surgery, it looked pretty good. Over the weeks, it swelled a lot, and I don't know what size I'm going to be in the end. I just measured myself, and I'm still a freaking F cup, if you can imagine. In other words, I'm 6 inches larger around the fullest part of my chest than I am around my rib cage. But I'm going to just show you, because this is like a man's, I don't know if you guys can see, but this is a man's shirt. Like, I haven't been able to wear men's shirts since I was a teenager. Like, I nearly wept. I feel like I've been kind of trapped in this hellish cross-dressing world where I was forced to wear women's clothing for at least the last 8 to 10 years because of my chest size. It's, I could wear like men's extra large shirts or whatever, but they were ill-fitting and they looked funny and they were too long. And, I was just kind of trapped in shirts that were made for larger chests, and I'm suddenly in like just a men's large, I don't even know, it's like a soccer shirt. I'm like crying. I'm so happy. I'm still not, I still haven't, like, as you can see, I'm a bit of a train wreck with the bun. My hair's gotten really long since you last saw me, but I lay around the house. I've been off work for 3 weeks. I'm off for one more. I got a 4-week leave of absence from work to recover, and it's a long recovery. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm in pain. He did a type of surgery which is called lollipop or Lejour method, Lejour, where they basically they just do the nipple and one line. There is no anchor scar at all, so it's a much less invasive surgery. They're quite deformed. They're very deformed, actually. I always say my nipples are kind of looking like that. They used to kind of look like that, and now my nipples are kind of looking up and over. There's a big gap in the middle at the moment. Trying to be grateful, trying to count my blessings, which is, it's something I've always wanted. It's hardly ideal. It's not exactly what I would have loved. Top surgery, full stop, gone, mastectomies. But I'm, you know, I'm kind of in that beggars can't be choosers frame of mind. I wasn't willing to pay for it. I was an H cup. I was very stubborn about that. I thought that, you know, insurance should cover a person of my size, and they did, but I was at the doctor's mercy. And I'm still pissed off about that, but I'm just gonna let it go because I can wear men's shirts. And they took off like 1.2 kilos. One breast they took off 640 grams, and the other one they took 530 grams. So more than a kilo left on the table, and I am so happy. I'm really happy. I hope the swelling goes down, and I hope they shrink up even further. But right now all I'm wearing are these, like, I don't know what you call them, like they're stretchy little compressor tops, like they're like yoga, I don't know, they're not a bra. I don't think I'll ever buy a bra again so long as I live. They're very firm. Like the new breasts are, they look like I got implants, quite like I was small and I got implants, because they're very taut and turbo-ish. I don't care for them. However, I'm not focusing on the size at the moment. I'm just focusing on the difference, which is the massive, massive difference. And it dawned on me today that I bought 2 winter parkas at the end of last winter that were just a titch too small on me, with this notion, oh, I'm going to get a breast reduction. And I haven't tried them on yet, but I know they're going to fit. And they were super, super high-end, like, clearance prices. But, like, one of them was, like, 300 euros, I think. Like, it's an Icelandic brand name, 66 North or something. Like, it goes for 300 euros or something. I paid 30 bucks for it. I can't wait. It's like a down-filled parka. I can buy men's clothes from now on. Yeah, so just wanted to check in, and I wanted to kind of resurrect the channel in its maybe in a slight way. If anybody's interested in doing videos, any newcomers who would like to try and resurrect this channel, feel free to comment on this video below, and we can try and get something going. Have a good one, you guys. Bye-bye.